Most people watching this World Cup think Argentina is running one system, one formation, one identity, one clever plan they can screenshot and call genius. They're looking at the wrong thing, because the smartest move Argentina is making isn't a formation at all. It's an institutional move, the kind of adaptive design you usually see inside companies that keep winning when the pressure turns brutal, when attention spikes, when money circles the brand, when one bad night can wipe a whole cycle. So here's the real question. Is Argentina winning matches, or are they running a system that refuses to freeze? Listen, national teams are institutions, not clubs with daily training rituals, not startups that can pivot overnight. They're temporary organizations under extreme stakes, public judgment, commercial heat, and a tournament clock that never cares how pretty your philosophy looks on paper. And Argentina under Lionel Scaloni has been treating that reality like a product problem, not a religion. The biggest misconception is simple. Fans say Argentina plays a fixed 4-4-2 or a fixed 4-3-3, or that they're just a counterattack team. Those labels feel safe. They also miss the point. Across this knockout run, Cape Verde, Egypt, Switzerland, England, Argentina has not looked like one photocopy. Press intensity changes, midfield spacing changes, the defensive line jumps or drops, tempo flips. Same jersey, different problem set. Crazy, right? That's not chaos, that's design. Half the answer is this: Scaloni's side does not worship one tactic. The operating question is quieter and sharper. What does this game need? Tonight, against this opponent, in this score state, with this fatigue. That's the half answer people stop at, but that's not the full story. Because if you only watch the shapes, you still miss the mechanism. Here's where it gets interesting. Argentina plays relationships, not positions. In a rigid system, a player owns a square on the field. In this one, a player owns a job that moves. When Lionel Messi drifts into a free roll, between lines, into half spaces, dropping to receive, it only works if teammates react automatically. Someone occupies the space he vacated. Someone pens a defender. Someone times the run so the free man isn't stranded. That's not magic. That's trained interdependence. This part still blows my mind because it looks casual until you realize the whole team is rewriting the map in real time. Picture a high-performing company where the star rainmaker doesn't need a fixed desk. The desk moves. The support structure moves with it. If the support freezes, the star looks selfish. If the support adapts, the star looks inevitable. Argentina built the second version. And here's the plain English core. Most teams obsess over possession. Who has the ball? Argentina's smarter layer is access, where the ball is allowed to go. Picture a company that doesn't try to control every conversation in a market. It controls the corridors. Which doors stay open? Which routes get expensive? Which spaces get flooded with bodies so the opponent's easy pass suddenly isn't easy? Defend space. Defend access. Let the opponent touch the ball in useless zones. That's control without the vanity of constant possession. If you get that one idea, the rest of Argentina's tournament starts making sense. Then everything changed, or rather, everything clarified, once you watch how Scaloni coaches the match, not a brochure. A philosophy coach says, we always press high, always build short, always own the ball. A match coach says, for the next 15 minutes, the question is different. Opening minutes often look like information gathering. How do they build? Where do they panic? Which trigger invites a press, and which press gets punished? Argentina doesn't sprint into constant intensity for 90 minutes like a machine that can't feel the scoreboard. They time the press, selective, purposeful. Then they reset shape when the risk-reward flips. That's not passive, that's capital allocation with legs. Against a deep block on one knockout night, the problem might be patience and cutbacks. Against a transition-heavy side, the problem might be rest defense and lane control. Same institution, different memo. And substitutions? They're not just fresh lungs, they're new questions for the opponent. Change a forward profile, and suddenly the press angles change. Slide to a double pivot, and transition lanes close. Add a runner, and the deep block has a different nightmare. Each change forces the other staff to resolve the puzzle under tournament noise, where commercial attention, brand value, and national pressure all sit in the same room as the ball. Argentina's deep run isn't just sport. It's an institution compounding under spotlight. Every adaptation that works becomes proof the system can reinvent without dissolving. That's rare. Most organizations under that kind of heat either cling to the plan or panic into randomness. Argentina keeps choosing a third option: rewrite the problem. Winning companies do a version of this too. They keep the mission. They swap the playbook when the market shifts. They don't confuse loyalty to a slide deck with loyalty to the outcome. So what's the full picture? Argentina's smartest strategy is organizational design. Flexible shapes on paper, relationships in motion, access control instead of possession theater, match coaching instead of dogma, press timing instead of endless intensity, and a free creative role that works because the institution around Messi is built to react, not freeze and wait for instructions from a whiteboard. You can disagree with a single selection. You can argue a single night looked messy, but the pattern through this World Cup has been consistent. Identify what the game requires, then change the questions the opponent has to answer. That's how winning institutions behave when the stakes aren't hypothetical. They don't bet everything on one beautiful model. They build a machine that can update, under noise, under fatigue, and under the kind of attention that turns every choice into a headline. Here's the reckoning. In football, people fall in love with identities because identities feel like loyalty. In business, people fall in love with strategies because strategies feel like certainty. Both loves get expensive under pressure. The teams and companies that last learn to separate identity from method. Keep the standards, change the tools. Argentina is showing that lesson in public, under the loudest commercial and emotional heat a sport can generate, without needing a conspiracy theory to explain the results. Just adaptation with discipline. One more thing. The next time someone reduces Argentina to a formation graphic, ask a colder question. What problem were they solving in that minute? If you can't answer that, you're still watching the costume, not the institution wearing it. If this institutional lens on power, strategy, and pressure helped you see the tournament differently, stick around. Terminal Value keeps breaking down how systems actually win. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.